back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Today I'm looking at the Hot Wheels Star Wars ATTE. Now, the all-terrain tactical enforcer assault walker made its on-screen appearance in Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea and the acting's but you know what? I liked it. I saw it twice in the theaters. I thought it had a lot of mystery, suspense, a little love story, and of course, some great action. And speaking of action, my favorite scene in the whole film is the Battle of Geonosis, the opening conflict of the long-heard-about Clone Wars. On the Republic side, millions of clone troopers, drop ships, mobile turrets, and of course the ATTEs against the Confederacy of Independent Systems, full of various different types of battle droids. Now, the ATTE had a crew of 6, 1 pilot, 1 spotter, 4 gunners, and 1 main gunner. As you can see here, we have 4 guns in the front, 2 in the back, and then our main gun here. Now, on the model, this gun can spin all the way around, which is awesome. And we have a couple other moving parts. So for the length of this ship, we're looking at around 3.5 inches, including the main gun on top, which is pretty cool. And we do have much more to talk about. We're going to look at the mold, the paint, put it on the stand, compare it to some other ships, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. I'm now kicking this review off looking at the mold of the ATTE. Like always, I'll go over the main sections of the ship, and then we'll get nice and close to show off all those details. So up first, we have our main cannon. This little tiny nib there should be a rangefinder. We have our main cockpit, which looks pretty good. 4 laser cannons. All this area is armor, and then the pilot and the spotter and all that stuff usually are in the front and the sides working the guns. So that's pretty cool. We have our 6 legs. Now this section here would allow this to bend. This one doesn't move really, but also the engineering stuff is in the center and bottom. Speaking of the bottom, we have 2 rivets, copyright crap, and some cool molding down here. And then finally on the back, we have our rear guns. And I love the guns on here because along with these cool barrels, you do have some balls where they would pivot on, and that is sick. Now, when it comes to moving parts, we have our main gun, which can spin all the way around. It's not hindered by anything. And then we have our legs, which can go forward a little bit, back, and then it could go out and in, just a tad. That way, when you have it on the stand, or I should say base, you could get a little more poses out of it. The choice is up to you. Now, this leg is mirrored, and like I just mentioned, it can go forward, back, and then up and down. So that's kind of cool. So now, let's get a close-up look of all these fine details. Alright, having a closer look at the cockpit here, you can see a nice recess around the window. Up here, we have our rangefinder. And let me just move this gun out of the way real quick. We could see some great detailing on the top of here. Little recesses, that's awesome. Then we have our main guns in the front. And we can see it's not just a ball and a rod, but there is detail on there. And that is awesome. It's the same for the other side. More paneling, Republic symbol. And then right near the gun, we have these nice raised sections here. I love that for the gun itself. Nicely done. Look at all that detail. A little translucent at the top because the plastic's thin. But amazing. And again, that does rotate. Pretty awesome. Now all the detailing is the same for this side. There's not really any differences. Now looking at the back of the ship, more paneling. I think it came out good. I love this section here. See 3 little rods there, and then all the recesses. Pretty sick. Again, the same for this side. And then the back. Love that. That's pretty cool. And then we have our cannons in the back. Pretty good. Nice detail. So let's take a look real quick at the bottom of the ship. We have more cannons right here. Nicely detailed. Rivets, some great details coming down here. Copyright crap. Pretty awesome. Another rivet. Pretty neat. And in here, it's hard to make it out. Let me see if I could get in there. Alright, I lit it up for you guys, and you could see all the little details in there. That is awesome. They didn't even need to do that, but they did. And that's the same for this side. Oops, my bad. Pretty cool. And then looking at the top, I love this section here. I think it came out good. And I can't get over this stuff. They didn't even need to put all this stuff on the bottom end, but it's a welcome addition. Now finally, let's have a look at the legs. I love all these designs here. We have our hinges, our pads, which came out great. And front two are different. This one's acting like it's gonna bend up to move forward. Some great details. Not really detailed on the back, but enough. And then underneath, it actually has detail, which is amazing. Little piece of plastic there. Pads on the movable feet. Let's take a look at them. Some nice details. And for the interiors, nothing much, but there's enough. Pretty cool. Now the two backs are mostly identical. Again, with some great details. Pads for the feet, detailed underneath. And these are actually detailed fully on the inside. So that's awesome. Makes you think you're getting your money's worth, and that's great. And our pads, just an amazing job. So that does it for the mold. So now let's take a look at the paint. Now looking at the paint of the ATTE, we only have about 4 different colors, but I think they did a decent job. First one up is a nice light gray for the armor and legs. Now the legs are molded plastic, the armor on top is die cast. So that's pretty good. They matched the paint pretty damn close, to be honest with you. Pretty nice. Second color up is a nice black. Very clean, especially on the cockpit windows. It's like a glossy black. That is awesome. You can see the light reflecting off. Pretty cool. Then we have maroon. Again, very nicely done. No drips or anything. Let me move the gun here. Just a fantastic job. Really think they did a decent one, especially in the front. Look at that. Almost a straight line. Great. And the final color is dark gray. For the main gun, the back, guns in the front, and the whole bottom of the ship. All in all, I think the colors are pretty nice. Again, I think a black wash would have worked wonders bringing all this detail to life. But for a little kid's toy, it's pretty damn good. So that does it for the paint. So now let's put this baby on a stand compared to some other ships, and then we'll be done. And just like most Hot Wheels ships, it comes with a cool translucent stand. This one's more of a base. Just put it down like so, put on your ship, and you're good to go. And now for a fun size comparison with the Hot Wheels ATTE. I have it next to the Star Wars Titanium version. And then on the right hand side we have the Micro Machines version, which came out a couple years ago. It took me a long time to get it. I actually got this last week. And it is awesome. Great ships all around. So that does it today for my review of the Hot Wheels Star Wars ATTE. It's no secret now, I love this ship, and I'm so glad Hot Wheels made one. For a little recap, again, it was first seen in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and for its length, it's 3.5 inches long, including the main gun, which is pretty cool. It's a nice sized walker. So what makes the Hot Wheels model so good? Well, first of all, the detail is pretty good. Remember, these are little kids' toys, so we can't be expecting the world. And this one is almost giving it to you. You get paneling, little recesses. The guns are all detailed. The legs are all detailed, as we saw. It has fine little details hidden in different places, and it makes it worth picking up. Now, when it comes to the paint, I think it's very basic. I would have put some more maroon here or there, or some black wash to make all these great details pop. Like, on the whole, it's great. If you're a kid, it's great. It represents exactly what it's supposed to be. But as an adult, you know, I would like to see a little more here or there. Now, I want to hear from my viewers. Would you be willing to pay $1 or $2 more for better paint? Let me know in the comments below. Now you also get a clear base, and I love it. It has the nice Republic symbol on it, and it matches to all the other ships we got, which is cool. Now if you're looking to buy one of these, I would suggest going to your Walmarts, Target. Also check eBay, Amazon, and other online sellers. I'm lucky enough that I found mine in Walmart. For once, New Jersey is finally getting the ships when we're supposed to, so to Mattel, because I'm happy. I'm only missing the B-Wing and the Patrol Speeder. I have everything else, so I'm pretty glad. So I recommend this ship for anybody who's a fan of the Clone Wars, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, or if you're a fan of walkers. The ATTE is pretty awesome. So that's everything I have to say about the ship today. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, hit that like button. If you'd like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.